Hello everyone, my name is Trex, and today we are going to do a review of She-Hulk Attorney at Law, which is the final show of Phase 4. She-Hulk tells the story of Jennifer Walters, the cousin to Bruce Banner, who accidentally gets cross-contaminated with his blood into a car accident, turning her into a Hulk. So now she has to balance both her Hulk and lawyer life. Now, She-Hulk did something that I was actually pretty hyped for, and that was it ran for 9 episodes, which broke the awful trend of having a rushed 6-episode rush show. Now, I actually wrote the script before episode 9 aired, but episode 9 just aired, so a few things will be different. So, yeah. While I do appreciate the 9-episode formula, this isn't the show for it. This show's a bit of a mixed bag, and it's leaning more towards the negative side. The first 3 episodes were actually god-awful. I hated them. Episode 1 pissed me off. Episode 2 was just boring and a snooze fest. And then episode 3 made me puke. And then the middle of the show kind of just happened, I guess. Only interesting thing that happened was, Daredevil. Episode 4, we got Wong. That was a Wong episode. Woo! Wong! Episode 6 was just meh. And then it kind of got better and enjoyable in episode 7. Episode 8 was pretty enjoyable for obvious reasons. And episode 9 was fun. It was a fun episode, I'll admit. So, what do I like about the show? Other than the Daredevil stuff, the ending, and a few of the fourth wall breaking jokes, nothing, honestly. A lot of the humor was not funny. I don't like how characters are characterized. The pacing of the show is honestly pretty damn bad. And yeah. So what didn't I like? Okay, so episode 1, Jennifer Walters is a complete bitch. Episode 1 was so fucking frustrating because we skipped over a lot of character development that was probably needed by her learning how to really balance Hulk life. It's like, oh, all of a sudden I'm perfect as the Hulk. But this goddamn scene right here pisses me off so much. Can you take a guess what it is? It's obviously where Jen decides to belittle Bruce, and it's like, I'm infinitely better at controlling my anger than you, and then she mentions being catcalled and shit. Those are issues, yes, and it's reasonable to get mad at that. I would have much rather preferred the line be, I go through a lot of shit, I can control my anger just fine. But to say I'm better than controlling my anger than you, Bruce Banner has been hunted by the military, treated like a monster, has attempted suicide, and caused mass destruction just because he can't control the Hulk. Had to isolate himself on a planet, lost half of his friends, which I guess does apply to Gen 2, lost the love of his life, lost his best friend, and while not mentioned in the MCU, abused as a child. That takes up both of my hands. So it's so frustrating, and I do not like the state that the Hulk is in the MCU. I don't like the execution of Smart Hulk right now, making him a loser who kind of dabs. I hope World War Hulk does fix this issue, if we ever get that. But I do think, I think Smart Hulk is important for character development. But, oh wait, hold on, no, that's World War Hulk shit can go. Smart Hulk's important for character development, but the execution just doesn't work. So, going into each episode, yeah. Episode 2 wasn't really too special, it was boring. Episode 3 was stupid. It was the episode where Wong was brought in, which could save the episode, but it doesn't really. His reasoning for breaking Abomination out of prison is stupid, and it's an insult to Wong. The Megan Thee Stallion shit actually fucking brings the whole episode down. They have to constantly remind you about Megan Thee Stallion. It's like, was that Megan Thee Stallion? Oh my god, I think that was Megan Thee Stallion. Would you think I have a real chance with Megan Thee Stallion? We get it. You got Megan Thee Stallion. And you goddamn incels would get so mad at me if I even point at that awful, awful, terrible, actually dog stabbing, brother murdering, mom's neck snapping, fucking awful goddamn twerking scene. So I won't go into depth about that, but just know I fucking hated it. The CGI is so bad. It improves a bit near the end. But oh my god, look at this scene where Jen walks into the office. It looks so awful. Jen looks so blurry, and you can't blame the VFX artist. You really have to fucking what was I saying? You have to get mad at Marvel and Disney for not knowing how to respect their goddamn visual effect artists. Think about this. Some poor animator was there, you know, fucking cramping up his arm, waiting because he was rendering She-Hulk's lol poly ass. Think about that for a minute. So yeah, they haven't seen their fucking families in months, and this happened with Thor: Love and Thunder. Marvel CGI has honestly just been struggling a whole lot recently. Now, episode 4 was where it actually got watchable. It's a Wong-centered episode, so yeah, but so it's obviously top cinema. And Madison, a character who I thought I would actually hate, was actually pretty funny. I did like her. There's a subplot about She-Hulk dating, and that kind of runs through the show and does kind of lead into the main conflict, but oh, by the way, just don't expect me to talk about any feminist bullshit that the show might throw at you, because all of y'all motherfuckers would get mad at me. So separate. So, as I was saying, episode 6 was a letdown, but that's really just because the one before it was like, oh my god, Daredevil. Episode 7 was actually really, really heartwarming. I think I like seeing all the other superheroes such as Porcupine and Mamble, but we actually get some little character development for Jennifer, and I like Blonsky. And I think they went a bit too far with him in this series. He isn't a 100 bumbling dumbass like what they did with Thor recently. But episode 8, man, episode 8 is the best episode of this series. You got funny jokes, the CGI is better, and it has Leapfrog. I mean, what else could it be missing? Daredevil. So I am so glad that Daredevil isn't a complete slapstick goofball dumbass, but instead he's lighthearted. You got fucking. As I was saying about Daredevil, he is lighthearted, charming, and enjoyable while still being a badass. Some of the CGI in the fight looked off, and some of the reasoning behind the fight looks a bit weird. Is a bit weird. Like, why did Jen throw that innocent car at him? Was she trying to kill him? So yeah, and I didn't hate the yellow suit as much as I thought I would. It does fall into that kind of over design problem, the line issue. It's where Marvel has to add a lot of lines into their suits. Look at Spider-Man's legs here, just a bunch of random ass lines. It doesn't ruin the suit, but it's interesting to point out Marvel does indeed have a over-design problem. Also, She-Hulk's suit looks good. Episode 8 also sets up the leader, which actually wasn't the case at all. So yeah, okay, let's talk about episode 9 now. Episode 9 was pretty cool. Easily one of the best endings, but I mean, it's not really competition when it comes to Marvel shows. But hold on. I think the end, it's like one of the better endings. The fourth wall breaking is easily the best part. It's actually really the only part of the show that made me laugh out loud. And this is in line with She-Hulk's character. But this ending is a bit weird though. So essentially beforehand, Abomination shows up and Hulk shows up and all these other people show up. Bit weird. And then She-Hulk decides to break the fourth wall. And yeah, so it's not really this big epic fight as we were expecting, but it's not as bad as I thought. We do actually get the setup to Scar. So just give us World War Hulk already. Scar. We got the setup to Scar, who looks a bit goofy, yeah. Great to see some more Daredevil, even if he just kind of like plopped in for some reason. Where the hell did he come from? What, did Kevin Feige or the Kevin bot actually grab Daredevil and just like drop him in? That would be funny to imagine. But yeah, just a bit disappointed we didn't get Red Hulk or Leader, but those guys are going to be in New World Order. So as I'm recording this, it was just confirmed that Harrison Ford is indeed going to be playing Red Hulk in New World Order and hopefully Thunderbolt. So yeah. So yeah, She-Hulk started off terrible, was just meh in the middle, but really picked up in the end. but really did pick up in the end. But sadly, the flaws outweigh a lot of the goods. There are more bad episodes than good. She-Hulk Attorney at Law gets a C-. So, okay, yeah, my review plan right now is a bit confusing. I know I said Snyder and all this shit, but got overwhelmed because it's like, oh god, I just planned all this shit right before October. So, yeah, holy shit. So, yeah, as I was saying, fucking whole review plan is weird right now. So, yeah, next up or before is probably gonna be Werewolf by Night. I'm sorry for that one being a bit late. But October turns out to be a busy month. You got Black Adam, you got Halloween, I still have Hellraiser, I still have Hocus Pocus to do. It's a busy month this month. A lot of good movies coming out. So Snyder reviews are going to be pushed back a bit until like January, I hope. Because I think November might be a good time to do them, but November is also where November is also my birthday. So not too sure about that. December, I imagine a lot of good shit's coming out then. But either way, if you guys did enjoy this video, hit that like button, subscribe, and always Hulk smash the fuck.